Hi, everybody. My name is Vincent Meza, and this is our Getting Started call with listings to leads. And I do this every couple weeks to talk about how to set up your account and what are some of the top tools to do. So before we get into that, I want to just talk a high level about listings to leads. We have tools for you if you have listings, and we have tools for you if you don't have listings. So you don't need your own listings. You don't even need your own website to use our system. But we do have tools to help you talk to both buyers and sellers. So whether you want to grow your business on the on the listing side or helping buyers out, we definitely have tools for both of those kind of avenues. Now, I'll give you a couple highlights. We have a really strong social media game. Like, I'm going to show you what we do with social media, and it just keeps getting more and more powerful. So if you don't really have, a really great marketing platform or marketing strategy, if you have listings to leads, you definitely have a great way of looking like a rock star. So what I'm going to do here, and I do want to invite everybody to toss your questions in the chat panel at any time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take us over and look at a profile of a new client. We're going to kind of set that up so that we can talk about setup really easily. But I do want to kind of point out a couple of new things. This is what our website looks like today. So if you log in today, it looks like this. But we're about to launch a rebranding. So our website's going to look like this. Maybe not tomorrow, but maybe tomorrow. This is our new logo. And I think this is our new website. Yeah. So we're kind of giving a more concise, tighter look at what this is, right? We do have, if you're not a client, we have agent pricing, we have team pricing, we have office pricing, and we have even have lender pricing, right? And you'll see my email down here and phone number. If you have questions about teams, or if you have questions about offices, or if you want us to do your marketing for you, we have in-house people to actually do everything for you. So the way our system works is we create everything kind of automatically, and you can just go in and turn it on, and then we'll email some tools to you. The more that you use, the greater it affects your business. So this will be the new look. Okay, so let me close that and we'll kind of get out of here. So what we really want to talk about, though, is how to set up. So right now, this is what we're going to talk about today: how to set up your profile, and then some of the new things that are in the system, and then the two major sections, which is listings and ads, that you need to understand, and we're going to focus on those. And that'll be kind of our story. And if you have questions anywhere in the middle, let me know. So Lizette's on the call. She's part of MVP, which is an office we've been working with more than 6 years. Down in the Southern Florida area. So, and I think, I'm not sure how long Lizette's been in here, but we're going to look at her account to talk about setup, okay? So on the main profile, and your profile is at the bottom left, I have a different view because I'm logged in kind of as an admin here. There's one thing that we want to notice. So Lisa's got send leads and tools to this email, and to also send leads and tools to this email, two different emails. Now, you could have, and there's a reason that she has that, but you might actually have an assistant that you want all tools to go to. So you could actually put their email and say, I want all tools. And you might have an inside salesperson or a buyer's agent, right? And you can put their email in and say, I want all leads to go to. So you can kind of make those changes as needed. It's right here on the main contact details section of your account. Now, I'm going to just add some dashes here because they weren't here. And I'm going to save this because that's how it reads on the ads. There's one more thing on this page I want to remind you of or mention. And that's this right here, which is an MLS details, okay? So we're looking for, and Lizette, I don't know, do you know if your listings automatically flow into your account? What we do is we have a partner called ListHub. And if your MLS works with ListHub, we can see your listings and we'll sweep them in. And if this is the email address that Lizette uses, or I guess it's Lisa uses in the MLS, then we're going to automatically sweep them, right? And we're going to drop them right into her account. Now, we could go look at her listings, and you each have all your listings on a listings page, and it looks like this. And we'll kind of drive into this in a couple minutes. But at this point, we want to talk about how you set up your account. So what I pointed out here is, here's how you do your emails. And she does have her assistant here. And I kind of think I would probably have this assistant email, because I'm not even sure what we do with that. I would probably have the assistant's email up here and send leads and tools to that, okay? So up here is a section called auto posting. And this is really powerful stuff. And fortunately, she's got all of her social medias connected. So we can auto post her listings and other tools to her Facebook business pages, her Twitter account, her LinkedIn account, and her Instagram account. This is all automatic, right? So it actually makes you look like a marketing powerhouse if your listings are being swept in automatically on our system and pushed out automatically to your social media. I'll show you, hopefully I can show you what that looks like. So you do want to connect here. You do want all those green buttons on, and you want to save that. Okay, that's first step. The next step is over here where it says listings. And Lizette did not know about this step, so it's good we're all together. Now I'm going to change this box where it says customize for each platform, and I'm going to just leave it unchecked, both of these unchecked. This is just the simplest way to do it. And now it's got this copy and paste. If you notice, let me refresh this page. Because when I clicked in it, so we're on auto posting, we're on preferences listings, and wait a second. Okay, hold on. Oh, okay, so you were customizing for Twitter and okay, and LinkedIn, but you didn't customize for Facebook. So I'm going to click this and put that there. So what's happening, guys, is she wanted to customize for each platform, but she left it blank in Facebook and Instagram. So now you can see they're all filled in. And I noticed that she had a post, something somewhere. Yeah, it kind of messed that up. So I kind of fixed it, Lisa. I think if you wanted to add, there was a couple of things that I saw, like your phone number in there. You could put that in there. But I'm going to save this because what was going on, and I'll show you in a moment. But let me just show you right now. These are her listings. So let's see if we can go to this listing. And there's the little tab here that says social media posts. And this is her post on Instagram. Okay, so this is an automated post. It's not there, maybe broken. Okay, interesting. So her post should look like this on her social media. And because she didn't have that text where I copied and pasted it in, that would be blank, which would mean she would have a picture in this for sale in Port Charlotte, which is okay, but it's much better when you have this text up here. So as we're going forward, Lisa, it's going to be posted in the right way. It kind of wasn't fully set up. And that's an important thing that you should all do, is connect your social media accounts and then go to preferences and make sure you're customized in every one of those boxes. Actually, I don't even think you need to customize for each platform. She just did. I would have both of these boxes unselected and then just click that green copy paste. There'll be only one box here, and it'll go like that all over all the platforms. That's the easiest way to do it. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So we're good. We're good. And let me just say, Robin doesn't know where it is. Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Sorry. I got it. Okay. So we're good. So that's how you set up social media auto posting. Over here is a tab that says CRM integration. Okay, so if you have a CRM, you'll notice we have APIs for about a dozen companies. There are many other companies that don't have APIs, but they have a unique email address for you, like your name at Follow Up Boss or whatever, right? They give you like these weird emails. They have a lot of numbers and letters in them, but if you send a lead to that email, they will take it and they'll drop it in your CRM and start the automation. So just check with your CRM. If it's not on that list, see if they have a lead forwarding, or they call it sometimes an email parsing address. So that's part of the setup. One other part of the setup, let me go to preferences here. Lisa, do you have reviews on Zillow? Just a yes or no answer there will help me out. And there's also something here that I definitely want to, so if you do, let's see here. No, okay. If you do, you can put them right here. You can check that and we'll sweep them and drop them on your tools. I will say this, in the next couple weeks, we're probably gonna have the ability for you to manually add your reviews. There are a lot of different systems out there that capture reviews on you. Google, there's some others that are really real estate related, Yelp. So we're going to give you the ability to copy and enter those in manually. Not every company creates a API. Zillow does, right? But there is something here that I want to talk about, and that is this lead capture form, okay? So let me show you what this is referring to. If we go to a single property website and we look at this, there are two tools that capture leads in this way when I'm about to describe this. So this was automatically generated for every one of Lizette's listings, right? And when this pops up automatically, let me just read it. She's got a 20-second display delay. So I can look at this for 20 seconds and then this page is going to pop up, right? And I want to show you what's here. It says email, name, email, and phone number. And you can tell there's a little red asterisk. I don't know if you can see it, but the phone number is required. And Lisa, I want to tell you, and I want everybody to know this, when you put a phone number required on an internet form like this, where you expect somebody to type it in, they usually leave, okay? Now I'm going to tell you the number one way to get leads with phone numbers, but I don't really recommend you do that right here, because I've seen 95 to 99% of people just leave. Your lead gen just falls apart. Now we have a lot of ways of capturing leads, okay? Like a lot of tools capture leads. That functionality that we're looking at right here is only on the single property websites in the virtual tours. But if you're using that a lot, you might want to be sort of cautious. Now, here's another thing, and this has to do with setup. Let's see here. Okay, cool. So, and for those of you at MVP, and for anybody who is on an office account, this, what I'm about to say, relates to you, okay? If you're an agent and you signed up for a single agent account, this won't relate to you, but I'll make it clear. This home is for sale, and no matter what status a home is, if you scroll down, you are going to see this offer of what's your home value, right? What's your home worth? And if you keep scrolling down, you're going to see fun stuff, brochures, other listings, and then you're going to see this big footer of what is your home worth. Right now, it's been 20 seconds, so that's going to pop up. But then right over here, there's a link that says free home values on the top left, okay? And when I click that, well, somehow Liz figured this one out. This has her username in here, okay? And I'm surprised that you caught that. But normally when we set up an office, this link is the office link, okay? So let me kind of describe to you what happens. When we set up an account, we set up all these agent profiles. In this case, there was like 500 agents when we signed this company up, MVP. I think you got 800 now, right? It's been a few years. So there are 500, and when we set it up, the automated links on the side of that single property website and her e-flyers and her virtual tours, that link where it says free home values, and down here where it says free home values, and at the bottom, those are all default pointing to the office. So if there are any leads captured there, those leads are going to the office, okay? So when we think about setup, these are called lead links, all right? And let me just show you, there's a link over here that says lead links, and it kind of looks like this. In this, I got a different view. So your lead links will be over here in the navigation bar, and these are all of her lead links, okay? Now, I will tell you this, you, Lisa, should have 3 of these, at least 3 checked, and let me just show you what I mean. I think you're doing it at the listing level, but if these are the links that you want to be seen all the time, like, do you really want that free HUD report out there, Lisa? Is that, or are you working with HUDs? But just as an aside, I'm going to go back to her lead links, and some of those might be occurring from just the listing side. But if she checked on her lead links page, these are the tools that, these are the links I want. Let me see if I can go here. She had one, visit my website. So visit my list with Lizette. I'm going to click on that. And just to confirm that this is her website. Yeah, this is her website. Cool. Okay, so we want this to be going out all the time, right? Yeah, so we want, so I'm going to say I want that. If I check this box, and this is for all of you, if you check a box under lead links, you name it, visit your website, and you point it to whatever page you want to, it's going to be a default for all of her tools. So she's kind of got it set up at the listing side, and you know, we can kind of look at that. And I asked a question like, do you really want that? So let me just save this, and we'll make a little adjustment to our account kind of live. Okay, so we're gonna save, hold on, I think you got a Naples home value. See, that's the Naples home, that's, okay, so we don't want that one. I wanna make sure here, free home values, that's you. So I'm gonna check these 2. One says free home values, and one says visit my website. Now, it would be cool is if you had one, what's your key towns where you work, Lizette? What's the #1 town? And I'm going to kind of describe this for you for everybody. She's probably got a #1 town where she works. Is it Naples, Lizette? And you can always add more, but I want everybody to get this. So let's see. Let's just see. Let's just say it's Naples while she is. So want to grab a link to your website. And this is what you all want. I really recommend that you all do this. You go to your lead links, you paste in the link, and you say Naples homes for sale. And you check it, okay? So when I check it, these 3 links are all going to be her core links. They're going to show up everywhere, right? Now, this one that we were looking at, this might not refresh those links because there's an extra step when you already got the links built and then you refresh them. But now you can see there is a new link that says Naples homes for sale here. It just sort of added it, right? Now, I'm just going to take one extra step, and I'm going to click edit because this listing has been here for a little while and her lead links are kind of old. And I asked her, like, do you really want free homes, HUD homes? She said, no. I'm going to take these off. And now these are just the 3 that we just created, okay? And I'm going to save that. And now when I refresh this, it's going to have the links that we've been working on. Naples homes for sale, visit my website, and free home value. Okay, so the Naples ones are old. So my question, Lizette, is what is your #1 town where you do business? And this is a good question for all of you. What is your #1 town, and what's the price point of that town? Like, where do the homes fly off the shelves? Is it like 500 grand? Is it 600 grand? Is it what? You know, there's always a price point. And that's really what I would want everybody to create a lead link that says Naples homes under 500 grand and point it to your website, because that's like a call to action. That's what people are looking for. And so all of you should create that, right? Sarasota, Punta Gorda. Okay, 400 and up. Well, 400 and up means you're talking about $1 million properties. Is there a price point where it's like 400 and down? That's where they just fly off the shelves. Is that probably right, Lizette? So I'm gonna just create one real quickly. I'm gonna point her to her website, and I'm gonna say Sarasota Homes under 400. Yeah, okay. And you would kind of want to create a link like this for Parrish and for Punta Gorda, right? And so these will become the links that everybody starts to see. So you now know how to kind of control those. I would definitely update those. If you put price points like I did, like 400K, people click on them a lot faster because we all think in our budget. I mean, obviously the city is important, but we have a price point that we can buy, and that gets people to click really quickly. So that's about the end of what I would consider for setup. I will tell you this, we do have a lead gen signature here, and you can see that this has all of Lizette's favorite links. Her free home value link, links to her website, Sarasota under 400K, and all of her social media is right here. So she can copy this for email and embed it in her email so that every time she sends out an email, this is always here, right? And obviously, every time she sends it out, there's a link for people to get their free home value every time. So the lead gen signature is pretty cool. You do have to kind of configure it. If you have trouble with that, I would, ask support. So that's kind of the setup. We talked about lead links, we talked about our CRM, we talked about social media auto posting. Now there is another section, and I'm going to jump out of my account, and that is ads. Okay, so that let me log out here. And the last part of setup is actually connecting your Facebook ad account. And Lizette, did you do that? Did you connect your Facebook ad account to this account? I'm going to sign out here and let's go over. Yes, you did. Cool. Our Facebook advertising, guys, is incredibly powerful, incredibly easy, and our clients get a lot of leads with name, email, and phone number. So what is going on here? Why is things taking so long? Give me a second, guys. Okay, can I just sign out, for goodness gracious? There we go. I'm going to sign in as me to show you the Facebook ad section, okay? And Lizette, thanks for letting me poke around at your account there. Let's see here. So on your account, your third tab is ads, okay? And all of you should definitely do this. And I'll say this a little bit while we wait for this to kind of show up. You may not like social media. I know there are a lot of realtors that don't even like social media. They don't like the concept of sharing stuff or whatever. But when it comes to Facebook, 70% of American adults spend 40 minutes every day here, okay, on Facebook. And let me just show you, kind of give you a sense in case you don't know of what they're doing. They're not going to your business pages. So even though you have a business page, they're not going over there and clicking and all that. They're just scrolling down and seeing all the stuff that their friends are doing and what they eat and where they're traveling and pictures of their kids and all this and that, right? All the fun stuff. That's what they're doing, right? And when you're running an ad, you're going to be seeing your ad shows up right on that center column right there, right? And so that's what makes it so powerful, because everybody's scrolling through here looking at this nonsense all day, 40 minutes every day, and your ad shows up right here, okay? So how do you do that? How do you get an ad to be there? Well, you go to the ads page here, and my ads page is already connected, okay? When you come here for the first time, there's only one big green button, and it says connect to Facebook. And you click that, it takes you to a Facebook page, and it says, should we continue as you? And you say yes, And the very next page shows, great, what business pages do you want? And those are obviously going to be your real estate business pages. So now, once you've done that, you click Save and Done, it comes back, and these 3 green buttons that you see at the top are available. And this means you can create a listing ad, and you can create a landing page ad, and a PDF guide ad. Lizette, have you run any ads in our system with your account using these buttons? Because you said you did connect it. So let's see here. I have, yeah. Were you looking for buyers or sellers when you ran your ads? And while she's answering that, let me just show you how easy it is to run an ad. So when I click create a listing ad, all of your listings that are in your account show up in this field. Buyers, so you're looking for buyers. So here I have an open house. I'm going to leave it on lead ads, and I want all of you to leave it on that default setting and click create an ad. Now, if you've ever run an ad inside of Facebook, you might know that it takes 3 pages and about 15 different boxes and drop downs that you got to click. Like, it's a lot of things that you have to remember. In this world, in listings to leads, you choose your property, you look at it, and you click publish, and you're done. We have Facebook software embedded in this page, and we can tell by what you're clicking what your goal is. And so we have checked all the boxes. So instead of clicking 15 boxes, you click 1. So this makes it very, very effective. And the thing that is really exciting for our clients is that they get a lot of leads. Let me ask you, there are a number of people on this call right now. How many would you just give me a yes or no answer? Have you run ads in our system with this ads page? Just a yes or no. Right now, I know Lizette has. So Oleg saying no. And while I'm waiting for that answer, I'm going to search in our mastermind group. And I forgot to mention, you should all be in our mastermind group if you are clients. Use the support page. So there's a lot of you who are on the call and haven't run ads before. Let me ask you, if you're saying, because there's a lot of people just saying no, do you want leads? Do you want leads or no? And we'll talk a little bit about that. Okay, so people want leads, but they're not running ads. So let me show you this message from Heidi is saying, yeah, I ran an ad and I have 447 leads with name, email, and phone number for 8 cents each. Okay, now Lizette wants seller leads, and we're going to talk about that. But right now, we're just saying we want buyers. And definitely, I will tell you this. This lady was running an ad and she's got 447 leads for 8 cents. Now, that is an outlier. We've been doing this for 12 years. I have not heard people telling me they're getting 8 cent leads, okay, on like the daily basis, right? So what's going on there? Like, how is that happening? And I'm going to pull up, I think I have a presentation here. Let's see, unless it's moved. Okay, cool. This is a presentation that Scott and I are working on. It's almost like a workboard, that a storyboard for us that we're also telling stories. But I want to show you something. We have analyzed, as you can imagine, we have thousands of clients all over the country, right? And they're running ads on a daily basis. And this page that you're looking at here is telling us that the average cost for a buyer lead is $1.86, okay? And the average cost for a seller lead is $5.77. So Lizette, you know now that, for $5.77, you can get leads for sellers on Facebook on average, okay? Now, I do want to point something out here, guys, and this is very important for all of you. Well, first of all, everybody that said, no, you haven't run ads, I hope you can understand how easy it is, but that the average is about $1.86. And if you're running ads in the winter, and for me, we're still in the winter, right? The winter in real estate terms is that time right after you finish your Thanksgiving turkey and before the spring flowers come. That's like winter for real estate. They just take a nap. And that's why Heidi is getting 8 cent leads, because all of her competitors, meaning realtors like you, have just gone away from Facebook. So her cost has just dropped. And a lot of our clients who've been in it for a while know like this is a great time to do lead gen, especially if you're thinking of Facebook, because the cost is way cheaper. Now, I want to really stress this to everybody. I am going to show you ways to get seller leads from Facebook, okay? But those are not the highest quality leads. And this little presentation actually goes into, we go into like everything that we do. And there's a concept of where do your leads come from? Social media, your farm, your database, your CRM, and your seller sphere of influence. So we have a lot of tools that help you get leads from all these areas. But when it comes to sellers, the leads that come from Facebook are not the strongest. They still work and it's still worth doing it, but you just want to know that right off the bat. I am going to show you the #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. And so you'll at least have that. There's one more thing about the mastermind group. I searched on Heidi's name. If I look for the word recorded webinar, there you'll see our recorded webinars. Here's December 6th. But you'll also see the top tools to get listings. And Lizette, it sounds like you want more listings. Now, this is a little bit old. So let me do something for you. Bear with me just a minute, guys. I'm going to give you the most recent call recorded webinar on the top ways of getting more listings. So let's if you don't mind hanging out with me and digging through this thing. You could always ask support for the most, gosh darn it, that's not what we're looking for. You can always ask support and they will send it to you, or you can just scroll down and look at the most recent ones, because I don't want to give you a call from last summer. We have added so many things in our system, and if you're listening to my recent calls, I always talk about those things, right? So that's kind of the first thing I talk about. So as I'm scrolling down right here, January 31st, top tools to get more listings. So let's just hold on 1 second. And the reason I'm showing this is because Lizette is saying, I want seller leads, right? In all caps. So let me copy this and let me send this to all of you. You're going to see it pop up in the chat panel. If you want more listings, I recommend that you open up that little bubble that's blinking in front of you and you save this page, because it's our most recent call on the tools that generate listing leads. So that's cool. It's always, you can always keep on top of what's going on in the mastermind group. But now we've talked about how to run an ad, and this home is for sale. So we're looking for buyer leads, and you can see that it says, hey, if you want full details, click this button. And when you click that button, there's going to be a pre-populated name, email, and phone number delivered by Facebook. Okay, so let me kind of state that, because earlier in the call, I told you not to require phone numbers on our tools, because people will turn it off. They'll just leave. But when people respond to an ad on Facebook, this little page pops up. Like, I can't quite show you where, because I'm not looking at an ad. But when you respond to an ad, this little form pops up, and it's got your name and email and phone number already populated. And I said, would you like that information? And they just got to say yes. Now that name and email and phone number has to be correct, because that's the same email and phone number that they are using to access their own account. And if you have your wrong email or wrong phone number in Facebook and you can't access it, well, that's a problem. So that's why those numbers tend to be of a very high quality, okay? I've actually heard, it feels like it's about 75% of those phone numbers are real. So when somebody like Heidi comes in the mastermind group and says, I have 447 leads with name, email, and phone number, that kind of means she has over 300 leads with phone numbers, okay? And if you're doing that on a monthly basis, that's going to be great for your business, all right? So it all drives back to you. Yes, you should all be running ads every week on Facebook. Now, let me show you something else about ads. If we go back to the ads page, I showed you how to create an open house ad. But one thing that a lot of agents kind of think is they think, oh, I sold all my properties. I have nothing to do. I have nothing to market now. And that's a big mistake. If you create a listing ad and you say, yeah, I sold a property. This is a property I sold, and I leave it on lead ads. Well, what's going to happen now? Well, I'm going to write an ad that's going to offer a free home value. It says this home is sold. That affected your home value. Get your free home value by clicking here. All right. And all you got to do is click publish, that big green button, click publish, and that ad is going to start working. This is a good way to get seller leads. They are internet leads, so they're not the top way, but it is a good way of doing it. Now I'm going to click on ads one more time, and you'll see that I've got what the heck happened there? Sorry, ads. Give me a second. There's also this green button that says I can create a PDF guide ad. Okay. So there are 25 PDF reports for sellers, and there are 25 PDF reports for buyers. So it's really your choice. Do you want to talk to buyers or sellers? These are really good also at capturing listing leads. So if I run an ad on the 12 mistakes to avoid when selling a home, all I got to do is click the green button and it creates an ad. And all you have to do is type in something like Sarasota, right? And you can even expand the radius if you don't mind, kind of driving 30 miles, letting people know that you're there, right? And so when this ad goes out, this ad shows up right in the middle of Facebook. It's already pre-written, you're not having to write it. But when people click on it, they can now download that report for free. And you, before they can download it, are going to have their name, email, and phone number. Okay? So this is an awesome way of getting either buyers or sellers. It's your choice. Okay? I would recommend to everyone who is a client of ours to run a PDF report once a week. When you click it and you do it, it's going to run for a week. I would run an ad every week and see how that goes for you. Okay. You can change it up. You can do buyers and you can do sellers next week and buyers the following week, or you can just focus on sellers, whatever you want. You can also create landing page ads. And when you click it, it defaults to free home values. So Lizette, you know how you said, I want sellers? This is how you run a home value ad. Now, I'm going to just hit the pause button right now for all of you, because if you recognize this, it's because agents have been using this across the United States for years. So this kind of ad is fairly blown out. Also, Facebook has had its hand spanked for kind of doing all kinds of weird stuff. And so Facebook has turned off a lot of the targeting tools that you had before. So you just don't get the highest quality leads by running this kind of ad, okay? You can still get leads, and I've got clients getting leads and they say it works and they're happy with those leads. So you want to test it out yourself. I recommend that every agent runs an ad like this once a month, just to let people know that you can offer home values, right? That's part of your professional as a realtor. I haven't mentioned it, but every time you run an ad, 1,000 to 3,000 people see every one of those ads. So when I'm mentioning like you should run this ad every week, that means thousands of people are going to see your business page every week. So my recommendation is that you are either running a PDF report ad or a landing page ad and a listing ad every week. So one listing ad and one of these every week. That's 2 ads a week. That means 8 ads a month. You're going to need a budget of $200 to $300 to do that. But I honestly recommend it because your business page will be seen thousands of times every month, like 15 to 20,000 times, and you'll collect hundreds of leads every month. So you're building your brand and capturing your leads. I recommend that for any realtor if they want to be in real estate.
Okay, so we've talked about the ad section. I didn't mention this, but this is very new. There's a tab here that says social, and you will see that we can auto post content to your social media. All right, now this is not content about your properties. It's just content about real estate, right? Some design questions, home maintenance. You choose the topics, right? This is just, if I click on the calendar, I can see it. But you see these over here, it says topics. You can do all these topics, or you can choose the ones that you like, okay? And then you can do the settings. Honestly, all of you, I would recommend that you all turn on this social content if you want to build up your network, if you want people to like your business page when they see it. This is the free part of the service. Now, we got a couple questions here. Anthony is asking, is this a good way to promote and capture new construction community buyers as well? It definitely is. I didn't go into it, but let's go into the landing page section. And you can run ads on any landing page. You'll see here at the top, I have free home values, down payment assistance, and new construction. When you sign up, all three of these are by default set up in your account, right? Now, I would recommend, Anthony, that, well, let me just show you this. This is what the landing page looks like. And it's generically speaking about whatever, right? Like, do you want to find out? You can edit all this, you can add a timer in there, whatever. But you might actually have some bullet points of a particular development. Maybe you've talked to the builder and you just want to create a landing page, so you can just go right here, or just edit this one. You can edit this here, and when you go down to lead form text, right? Lead form text is what is written here in this box is what's showing up over here on the right. And my little calendar is out. But you know how there's sort of like, this is called custom page content, and there is a counter and it's expired. So I'm gonna go, let's go. Oh boy, that's really expired quick. What month is this? I'm gonna set it out for June. So you know, if you have incentives, that's really where you want to use that. So if I save this, and obviously you can put a picture of whatever you want in the back. Even some people put videos in the back. So let me show you that. So that video is gone. I have another one. Let me show you here. I think it's called this one, yeah. So if I click on this one, you might have like a drone video, or you might have a video. You'll see here again, it says hurry and incentives ending. You can replace that timer with bullet points. You could even snap in a little YouTube video right there of you standing in that community talking about it, right? In this case, I've got a video just running in the background, and you can do that too. So you can customize all these landing pages, and then you can run an ad and drive people to that landing page. Now, I hope that makes sense, Anthony. Kat is asking, when I connected to Facebook, it said my account was unsettled. Kat, you need to, I would recommend that you go into your account and you go to the support page and you ask them that question. There's kind of two different things that are not correct, typically, and I don't know which one you're facing, and I don't even know how to fix it, but my support team knows how to fix that. So there's a box here that I'm on where I'm typing help. Put your question there, and a whole support team sees this, and so they'll totally help you out quickly. Okay, so we've talked about ads. We've talked about social content. Social content, guys, is free. I would definitely turn that on, okay? We also have follow-up. So let me ask you this, everybody on the call. Yes or no, just give me a yes or no. Do you have a CRM? Do you have a CRM in place? Okay, Lizette has one, good, that's good. Okay, so I see a bunch of people that don't. Now, if you have one available to you, I definitely recommend, if you don't have one, I recommend you come to follow-ups right here and you turn it on. We basically have two follow-up campaigns, one for buyers and one for sellers. And I want to kind of stress this too. You might have a CRM, but your phone is not ringing from that CRM. You know, there are a lot of great CRM companies out there, and CRMs do a whole heck of a lot of things, right? Their software is big and you got to set it up, but it does a lot more than just a follow-up drip campaign. But for some of those CRMs, if you turn on a drip campaign, it's kind of stale the moment you turn it on, right? And so if you feel like you're in that category, I would turn on our follow-ups, because this section here is like 3 weeks old. And there's a drip campaign for sellers and there's a drip campaign for buyers. So if you're capturing leads, we know if it's a buyer or seller. And we start sending them our campaigns that are written inside. Now, some of them actually give them PDF reports that they can download. The ones that I showed you how you run an ad. Well, now they can just download them from their email. So you're giving valuable information to these people to keep the conversation going, okay? This section here, follow-ups, is going to get more robust this year. It's going to have text added to it. It's going to have video added to it, like BombBomb. It's also going to have like instant voicemails, like slide dial. Now, we're working on all these things. It's going to take us a few months, probably till summer, to get most of that out. But I would turn this on if you feel like your CRM is not converting your leads for you, okay? So those are some of the new things: the social content, the follow-ups. You now know about how our ads work. Let's go over to listings and let's talk about listings. Now, before I talk about listings and go into the details of what you need to focus on, I will say you might not have your own listings right now. But if you talk to a colleague and they're allowing you to market a listing, click this green button that says add listing up here and click on grab listing. And now if I click the zip code and the MLS ID, I can just say, yeah, you know, as long as it's active, I'm going to turn off, this is my listing so that we don't make a YouTube video. It will grab the listing and it'll drop it right here. And then you can run ads on it and you can use the tool. So I'm going to go right here on this market listing button and show you all the things that we do, that we create for listings. Now, I want to kind of say it right now. Half of these things we email to you. So as the listing hits, we just email you a stack of things in one email. But this Facebook ads here, that's the first thing we drop you on, because we think that's the most important thing. Boom, create an ad, and you've created an ad. Social media posts. I showed you this in Lizette's system, but this is what mine looks like on LinkedIn, right? And if I click this here, this is what an automated post looks like. This is on LinkedIn. This is free. You're not having to pay for it except you're a client of ours. And we do this automatically, all right? So there are hashtags, there are emojis. And if I click on this picture, it drives me to a listing landing page. And this gives a little bit of information about our platform. And if you click on this button, because you want more details, continue with Facebook, you, the agent, now have my name and email of whoever clicked on that. The page will say thank you, and it'll drop them on the single property website, and you kind of recognize the single property website. We were looking at that earlier. So auto posting is great because you get free leads and you're put up on social media automatically. Okay, so I totally recommend that. Then there's this tool for the seller social media. We email this tool to you. I recommend that you look at this and you forward it to your client and you call them for 5 seconds and ask them to put this on their wall. This is something that you should be incorporating in your listing presentation, that you have a very strong social media advertising. You know how to use it. And just say, I even have tools for you that I'm going to be sending you from time to time. This tool, yes, if you can imagine, if you click on that picture, you're going to capture a lead. But more importantly, this is for the seller to put on their wall, and it's telling all their friends and family and colleagues that you at your office are their realtor, okay? And those are the same people that you're probably hoping to get referrals from. So now, instead of leaving cutlery or some business cards behind after a transaction, you are giving tools to your client who's going to share them, and they're just going to stay on Facebook until the world ends. So there's an but right here, there's a red button that says new, it says nearby homeowner letter. So Lizette and anybody else who wants more listings, this is our #1 tool for getting listing leads that turn into listing contracts. So let's dive into this and look at it a little bit. I'm going to download it. You can use this when a home is just listed. You can use it when it's open house or sold or any other status. It really doesn't matter. But what it is it's meant for the neighbors of the home that you're currently selling. Even if you borrowed a listing, right? If you borrowed a listing in a neighborhood where you would like your own listings, get this letter and get it in the neighborhood. And this is what it says. It says, hey, just want to let you know, in this case, we got an open house this weekend. Take this piece of paper into your own home and go to that website to find out about it. Obviously, we're going to try and capture a lead there. And then it says this, when this home is sold, it will affect your home value. So go to this page and go find out your free home value. And let me describe that to you one more time. This is a piece of paper, right? This isn't an online internet ad. Who is going to open an envelope or open the door, take a piece of paper to their own computer, type in that web address at the top, and then put in their name and email and address? Only people who are seriously considering selling their home are going to go through all that, right? So this is not like an internet lead where you get 447 leads. This is a lead off of a print letter, and you get like 5 to 10 leads. But what our clients are telling us about this tool is that pretty much every time they use it, meaning every time they send it to like 100 or 200 homes, they get 1 or 2 listings, okay? So that's why this is so important, and this is why I'm stressing it. If you want, sorry, I clicked on something wrong there. If you want more listings, that's the #1 tool. It's the nearby homeowner letter. Now, you're killing me, Smalls. I'm going to show you a couple of examples, and then we'll kind of open it up for questions. So if you have questions, guys, now is a good time to lay them on me. So this is Chris, who moved from wherever in the United States to San Antonio, Texas. And he came in the mastermind group because he became a client. He said, I got 5 listings in 3 months from your system. And that was pretty cool, right? And so we've talked to him. We even did a call with him. But I was kind of, that's pretty good news. Like a new client, 5 listings, 3 months. What did he do? He says, I send out those letters every other week to neighbors who have owned their homes for 5 years or more, okay? So he's taking this letter that we are automatically creating, and I've lost it, and he's getting it in his neighborhood to people who have owned their homes for 5 years or more. He sends it out on 1 listing on any status every 2 weeks, okay? And once they've opted in on the nearby homeowner part, the home valuation landing page, meaning once they take this piece of paper, go to their own computer and click on that link and fill it out, well, now I consistently contact them every week. Phone calls, bomb, letters via mail, letters left at the door, okay? Now, you can imagine that there is some work involved in this, right? He's got to find that data list. I know there are companies like Remine, some MLSs to get this, but he's got a list of people with equity. Then he's got to get it mailed, and then he's got to follow up, right? I'm not sugarcoating this for you guys. There is work involved, but that's how our clients are getting listings. Is some version of that, right? I could show you Dustin Fox, who's from another big client of ours, a big office client, who was a rookie agent. This guy, when I sold their office just south of DC, Dustin had a license for 2 years, and he was selling $5 million a year those first 2 years. And then he found our system, and 2 years later, he's doing $20 million a year, and he says 80% of his business comes from us. That was over a year ago, so I'm sure he's doing even better now. But he takes that letter, he stuffs it into black envelopes, he mails it first class so people won't throw it away. And he even puts a 1-page calendar deal in there of him and his wife, and he puts in a little 1-page Zillow page that he made with Canva. and he mails that first class to 250 homes, and that's how he gets 10 listings with an average commission of 17,000. So he's, he's generous enough to say, hey, our highest ROI is that neighborhood flyer. That letter that we create automatically for every one of your listings. If you want more listings, I recommend that you look at that. And I will give you a little peek into the future. We are right now working with a company called Express Copy. I think Express Copy. And they're going to make it so that right here, you can say, I want 100 or I want 200 pieces to go to this zip code, and you can choose what kind of equity you want. They're going to actually be able to do that all at once. And you just click a button, you choose the letter, and it goes out. You don't have to stuff envelopes. You don't have to find the data set. You just get to use one of the most powerful tools that we have in almost a completely automated fashion, right? I hope you understand what I'm saying here, guys, because this is the #1 way people are getting listings. I did send you a video earlier of all the ways, and this is at the top of that list. But that is the #1 way. That's why I'm just kind of stressing it here for you. We do create e-flyers for your database, and this is actually great. If you're an agent with hundreds or thousands of leads in your CRM, you should copy this here and blast it out once a week on your database. Because it says, I got an open house, and that affects your home for sale. So in one email, and it's got all my favorite lead gen links, in one email, I got all kinds of lead capture. We got single property websites that we looked at. We've got virtual tours that you can use any way you want. We got branded and unbranded if you want to use it for your MLS. We've got a great open house sign-in kit. Just save the date and time on your deal there. Postcards and door hangers are designed to market homes, but also on the back offer a free home value. If you're a blogger, we got tools for you to capture leads on your blog. And if you like Craigslist, we got that going as well. And if you figured out to use a QR code during COVID, you might want to use this as well. That's kind of my story for the day, guys. Any questions? Well, I don't see any. So I'm going to thank you, and I'm going to tell you this call is being recorded, and it will be on the mastermind group. I'm going to send you one more thing. Remember that presentation that I shot you? There's this really cool thing. Let's see if it's in here somewhere right here. Let me go to the slideshow here. We built a calculator. Well, actually, I don't even need to go through here. And you might want to look at this. You know, it's the beginning of the year, and this is a bit of a calculator that we designed in-house. And basically, you can say, how much do you want to make? What's your average sales price in your area? And what is your commission split? And, you know, so based on converting 1% of your leads, how many leads would you need on a monthly basis to hit your sales target? That's what this calculator is right here. Vision, yes, these do work in Toronto. The only thing that does not work in Toronto is the instant home value. Also, we're not able, actually, there's somebody, let me put here, somebody just came in and asked that very same question. We can't grab your listings automatically because there's just nothing there. And somebody's asking, is there any chance of doing that, of pulling it in automatically? And there isn't. And I hate doing the search because it doesn't give you the timestamp in time order. It gives you some weird thing. What I was trying to show you, Vivian, is that our clients, we have a lot of clients in Canada, and you can't auto sweep your listings into your account because there's no Canadian platform that does that. But our clients that manually drop it in are very happy with the results because we do all these tools, we do all these things. You just got to get the listing in there, right? So it's worth, you know, and when you add a listing in our system, let me just show you. We're not like the MLS that's got 100 data points. It's like manual, and you click manual there. and you put in these fields, which are not a lot, and you add the photos, and it will be done. So it really takes just a couple minutes to get a listing in there. We talked about PDF guides. Yeah, I think that's kind of it. Are there any other questions? If not, I want to say thanks to everybody. Thanks for joining me today. Keep safe out there. Keep an eye on the stuff that we're doing. Yes, this is being pre-recorded, and it will be in the mastermind group later today. Okay. We talked about the new social stuff. We talked about the new, you know what, guys, definitely. And one thing I forgot to mention. I did mention this, but I just got to repeat it. I would recommend you all turn on your social content because it's free and it looks good and it just gives your, boosts up your stuff. I didn't mention this, but this is very new, and I really only recommend this for clients who have a lot of listings. If you go to the listing section, and I mean like 4 or 5 listings or more at a time, click on settings, click on ads here on the listing space, so listings, settings, ads, and turn on automated ads for Facebook and Instagram. You can set your monthly budget here. 300 is a good budget. And you can say, hey, anytime I have a just listed, an open house, or sold, and obviously you can add more, I want you to run an ad on my listings. I've shown you, I've run a couple of ads while we've been talking here. It just takes seconds to do. So it's not difficult to do, but if you're forgetful and you're busy, having it set up automatically can help you time. If you're just too dang busy, set it up and have us do it for you. So that's a great feature to have and definitely helpful for you. So thanks everybody. Yes, this is being recorded, and yes, it'll be in the mastermind group later today. Have a great day. Thanks for joining me, and have a great week. Wait, I have to pull them over. Okay. Oh, guys, yeah, sorry. The mastermind group, it's not, you can't, if you're not in it, you can't find it on Facebook. It's like a private group. So you got to go to our support page, which is at the bottom left of your account, and say, would you add me to the mastermind group, right? It's called the Listings to Leads Mastermind Group, but it's private, so you can't actually find it. Once you're in it, then you'll be able to see it, find it. It'll be there. Okay. Thanks, everybody. Thanks for that question, Robin. Okay. Talk to you soon.